Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander. I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. And,
Hi.
and I'm my host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Barbara.
Now, our guest today is Tony Wheeler and Star Jones. Are you there? Are you there, guys?
Star Torres.
Star Torres.
What?
Star Torres.
Star Torres?
That's okay.
Oh,
One
I thought it
time
was
you called
Star
me
Jones.
Barbara Walters. You called me Barbara Walters.
Oh, well, we have your name as Star Jones. We have your name as Star Jones for some reason.
What? Wow. That would be
We gotta fix
I'm
that.
not kidding. I mean, I was copying it down. Okay, your name is Star Torres?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Star Torres.
Okay. I don't know where I got the Star Jones. Let me go correct that right now. How do you spell Torres?
Wow. How did I miss that?
T-O... Yes.
T-O-R-E-S.
Is it T? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, I got that. Okay, well, we'll just leave that mistake behind us. Now, you were on Naked and Afraid, and, you know, what exactly happens on that show? Because I haven't seen it. I mean, are you competing? Are you like, competing for money? I mean, did you win something on the show, or?
Actually, no. They pay you like a daily stipend, just almost like per diem for doing the show. The main thing is you're just testing your survival skills to see if you can last 21 days in a specific
Environment.
environment, completely naked with only
One single tool.
each.
Oh my gosh. I'm out.
Well, what happens if there's an earthquake? Or a typhoon or something, or a hurricane.
They always have. Well, they've actually had to pull contestants out because of that. If they have,
Some natural disaster.
Yeah, natural disaster come in, they will actually pull contestants out. And they have a chance to go back in if they want to. But the main thing is, they still are worried about your safety. So, they have a medic on standby. It may not be close to where you're at, but they have a medic on standby.
Oh,
Okay, what
wow.
about cannibals?
What's that? What about what?
What about cannibals?
No, I don't think there's any cannibals because it's just you and another partner, and they usually scout out the location ahead of time. So, for example, on our episode, they scouted out a location with what was it? The local tribesmen there.
Yeah, it was they go into a local area with they just have the indigenous tribe show them probably the most miserable place you could be in that area.
Wow.
That's where they put you.
Okay. Okay.
Are you guys
Kelly?
uncomfortable with being nude in the beginning? It seems like you really get comfortable right away. I mean, you just probably forget.
I'm very
that you're
comfortable
nude,
being
but
nude.
Were you beforehand comfortable with the crew? You just are?
Really, it didn't bother me. Star, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it's definitely very uncomfortable. So even though usually on the show it's just a random guy and a random girl get paired together, they never meet each other except on this challenge, and they meet each other for the first time naked. So even though Tony and I already knew each other, we're the first couple to be on the show, it was still uncomfortable undressing because you got the whole camera crew standing there. Like, nobody's saying anything. You just undress, and you've got a bunch of people and cameras just following you. So, yeah, it's quite uncomfortable.
But how long are you uncomfortable? Do you get comfortable after a while because it just becomes just normal? It's 21 days of this. Or were you really uncomfortable about the nudity the whole time?
I think within the first probably the first day you get comfortable with it, because as you start to do the challenge and you start to make fire and do all the things necessary to survive, you're focused on that, but you still realize that there's a camera crew there. So then it's like a day getting used to like how to go to the bathroom and step away from the camera crew without like peeing on camera, you know. So I think it takes a good day. But after
Were they
after
really
you get focused,
respectful? Were they really respectful of you, or did you? Were they respectful of you, or did you catch them staring at your nude parts?
No, they're definitely very, very respectful. Even they even had local tribesmen there too, and they made it a point not to look at you at all. Like they kind of looked away and wouldn't make eye contact with you. They would just kind of try to be as respectful as possible since you're naked. So that was nice.
That's nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the camera
so
crew
you really just feel like part of the
production crew is
land.
very professional.
Really, that's
good.
good. And they're out there, and it's tough where you guys were. Tell us about exactly where you did your competition or survival. 21 days.
We were actually in Guyana. We were in the Rewa River Basin, and they put us actually in the swamp area of the Amazon jungle. So it's part of the the Amazon River basin, and we were actually in a very just a very swampy part of that, off of the main river.
Wow, what were your main obstacles? You were saying earlier that the bugs were terrible. What was the worst part?
The insects were definitely the worst part. You're eating from head to toe. By the time you come out of there, there's not a single area that is not just covered with insect bites. You don't realize how comfortable you are with you could be in a bad situation, but just having clothes on or being able to get out of the rain or something like that, is really adds a lot of comfort to your life. And when you have none of that and you have to try to provide everything for yourself, it's very uncomfortable.
So just one
Do you have anything
one tool each, one weapon or
yes.
tool. What did you choose to bring?
I chose to bring what happens is you actually bring 4 different items. You each bring 4 different items, the contestants do, and they pick an item out of that for you. So you don't know what item they're going to give you until you actually look at your bag and see what you have.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
What did you guys get?
We ended up getting a knife and a fire starter. So that was kind of, they also threw in a pot just because that area, there was no other way to filter your water other than to boil it. So luckily.
Yeah, since you're in the jungle, everything has such a high bacteria concentration in it, you would just, you would die if there was no way to actually purify your water.
Wow.
Do you have any questions?
And so
Kelly?
what made you guys want to do this? Did you have to talk Star into this, Tony, or vice versa?
No, I had to talk her into it so bad.
Really?
Yeah,
well, why
I wanted
did you
to do
want
it. I
to do
saw
it so
people
badly?
doing it.
Well,
I saw
why
everybody
did you want to
doing
do it? What was that?
I said, I actually grew up on a farm. I was a Green Beret. I was like, man, I see all these people doing it, and they're whining, they're crying. I said, you volunteered for this. I was like, I want to do this. Show that you can go out there and do it and have fun doing it. No matter what you do, it's all, it's all perspective and how you see things and what kind of, positive attitude you project.
Yeah. So you just wanted to do that. Well, the Green Beret thing probably helped with all that hard training. but you just wanted to do it to, challenge yourself, or do they pay well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted to challenge myself, and also I wanted to do it with Star. The whole thing was I wanted to do it as a couple, because you see people out there, and you see couples fighting about one wants a cheeseburger and one wants, chicken nuggets. They fight about everything. And I'm like, man, you can do anything with your partner if you keep a positive attitude and just, love and respect your partner.
Right. If you can make it through that, you can make it through anything.
Yeah, basically.
So
did you go through the 21 days? You did the 21 full days.
Correct. Yep.
Wow. So you won?
Yeah, Yeah, we definitely
You
won.
guys, we're talking to the winners. Wow.
Yay!
Wow, I didn't know that.
Woohoo!
No, wow, that's wonderful. Oh, that's
Thank you.
great. I've just, I
miss
never
it?
did watch it, but I'm watching it now on YouTube right now, and I saw you guys. Good job, and that you look great. And under the major conditions, the very harsh conditions, what was like? Okay, you got bitten up head to toe. What else? Did you get injured at all?
Yes, I stepped on black palm nonstop, and I mean, just like it seemed like every day I was getting that in my foot. And the bad thing about that area, like I told you, the bacteria is so bad. The black palm carries a flesh-eating bacteria. I never got that, thank God, but yeah, it has a lot of bacteria and stuff in the area. And Star got, I mean, she was just cut up. We were cut up from head to toe. That area, everything you touched cut you, stuck you. It was nasty.
Wow. Star, are you glad you did it, Star?
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that I did it. So even though I wasn't really into it and he had to convince me, it's still a life-changing experience to say that you could survive something like that and come out successful. I mean, I feel like we thrived. We not only survived that challenge, but we did so well. I mean, we were catching so much food, and we came out stronger as a couple. So overall, yeah, I think it was a great experience.
Well, how much time did you have to prepare for the show? Like you said, you caught food. So did you know how to fish? Did you know how to hunt just with one knife and a lighter, basically? How did you prepare yourself for this?
We actually studied every environment we could, because they don't tell you where you're going. So you have to actually prepare for whatever environment they're going to put you in. So we, started studying bird traps, fish traps.
And we studied for every environment. So we weren't sure if they were going to put us in a desert or if they were going to put us in like the wilderness or the tundra or, you never know. So we studied every type of environment and how to purify water in that environment.
They weren't going to put you in the Arctic. I mean,
no, there's already been people that have done that. They were up in Alaska. They're only there for 14 days, but they were up in Alaska in the snow.
Wow.
How do you do that?
They gave them bear skin.
They gave them a bear skin, to sleep in, but still, they were walking around in the snow naked. I mean, that is a tough crew right there.
Yeah, they're just pushing.
You just push yourself. It's all... it's all mental toughness.
What if don't they have like bulls there? I mean, can you imagine having a bull charge you when you're naked?
Yeah, I mean they were in Alaska, so you had all the bear and everything like that out there. They had to worry with, but still.
I think in Africa there was. Oh, go ahead.
Did they give you a diary? I mean, that must have been something. Day 1, got chased by a bear. Day 2, almost eaten alive.
They give you like a hand cam.
Yeah, they call it a diary cam, actually, and they encourage you to use it every day so you can diary about anything that you're going through. And I think this one pair went to Africa, and they were so close to hippopotamus. So even though they look nice and cute and cuddly, they're actually very dangerous and kill the most people in Africa. So they were like maybe a few meters away from the hippopotamus, and they were just diary camming that, how close they were and how angry they were getting. So it was crazy seeing.
Wow. Are there other couples competing against you in the same area, or are you just the one couple chosen for the season?
We were the one couple chosen to do this. We're the
season.
Yeah, for the season. We've been the first couple so far. I can't wait to see. Hopefully they'll choose more couples, and we'll see how they get through it.
Okay, so when they go? Okay.
Have they ever had a couple that like the two people that just don't get along? I mean.
Yeah.
They've had that. Yeah. Numerous.
I mean, seriously, it's like it's like almost like the lady almost wants to put bugs up his rear end because he's such a jerk, and I mean or I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
what
Yeah,
happened?
they've had a lot of teammates on the show that did not get along, and some just end up quitting because they bicker so bad.
And some, they'll sabotage the other person by throwing their like knives or their weapons in like in the river, or they'll try to like sabotage them and take their fire out or something. So yeah, there's been some disaster teammates on the show too.
That seems
Well, that's
counterproductive.
kind of fun. It's funny to watch that kind of thing,
Yeah.
but it's like I really would be rooting for them to get along and to make it those 21
Exactly.
days. Did you guys lose weight?
Oh yeah, we lost a ton of weight. I at the time of the show I probably weighed 135 and I lost 25 pounds.
Whoa.
Well, thank goodness you had something to lose. Some people wouldn't even have anything to lose.
Oh yeah.
What was Sarah?
Yes, there's another girl on the show. Several people on the show are skinny and they have no weight to lose, and when they're done, they look like a POW.
Gross.
Wow.
I mean, because you don't have
Wow.
your body's going to feed off something. If you're not catching food or you're not doing anything, it's going to feed off the muscle or fat, anything that you have. It's going to eat it.
Right. Well, what did you guys catch and eat?
Oh wow, we caught a lot of stuff. We caught crabs, not the bad kind, the good kind. And we caught fish. We caught some catfish, some medieval looking, I don't even know, these wolffish. We caught a boa, lizards,
frog legs. We had some frog legs.
Yeah, you name. I mean, we had some grubs. Actually, one time I caught this worm and I was going to use it for fishing. I looked at Star. I showed her the worm and handed it to her, and she grabbed it and put it in her mouth and ate it. And I was like, babe, I was going to use it for fishing.
Yeah, why did you share it?
So yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. And did you guys feel like you actually did research that area that you ended up in? Did you research it enough, or did you say to yourself, I wish that we would have researched it more, or were you pretty prepared?
We're pretty prepared.
Yeah, I think we were as prepared as you can get. The main thing is just living through the nights are very hard to sleep, and the bad thing is you don't realize. I mean, because you have entertainment. You always have your phone. You have something to do. It was at the equator, so a 12-hour night in the jungle with nothing to do is a long, long night.
Yeah, so there's a lot of boredom. You try not to go crazy.
And itching. Weren't you itching your mosquito bite?
Oh.
I was, yeah, of course. And Tony kept telling me,
you go crazy.
Stop scratching them. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
I don't like those at all. I can only imagine. Then you guys have cuts all over.
Horse flies are the worst. You know how you'll see a horse fly, you'll get, maybe one or two at the pool or something like that? They would swarm you and it was just ridiculous. You would have, 30 or 40 horse flies trying to eat you alive.
Yeah, they're
all the time,
swarming
every
you.
day.
And you'd smack them and they'd fall to the ground and they would come back up unless you crunched them to death. Like you had to know that you killed them. It was crazy.
Wow. Did you ever feel like quitting?
Of course, yeah. For me, I did. On day one, on my episode, like at the very beginning, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't have to be here, because I really felt like I didn't, and I was so close to quitting. I was just about to, and then Tony started to get a headache, and he gets really bad migraines. So I think at that moment, instead of worrying about my own pain, I started helping him dig a gypsy well to get some water so he wouldn't get a headache, and after that, I was able to stay the whole full 21 days.
Isn't that amazing what does happen to you, like with inspiration of emotional inspiration, that it gives you that extra strength? And that's why we really like to have you on here, because you pulled something out of you deep inside to be able to, withstand 21 days of that. That takes a lot of spirituality inside of you, that you found it somewhere inside to just keep going. Yeah. How do you
Absolutely.
I
become
mean, I was
that
just gonna
type
say,
of strong person?
I want to say something because, like, for example, I think Kelly, you've overcome a lot of physical stuff in the past year. Is that right?
Yeah, and a lot of, emotional stuff, like, getting through traumas, and, some of them were from the past and some of them in the past year. And, it ends up, you either break or you get stronger. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I can imagine you guys, after an experience like that, you can honestly say you've been through everything together. And, I mean, that's got to be a comforting feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing that the ordeals that we have been through and made it through everything together, and love each other to death because of it. Because we know we can. I mean, there's nobody in this world that I know I can depend on as much as I can depend on her.
Wow. That's
Have you
wonderful.
known, has there ever been a couple that did fall in love on the show?
Actually, I think there have. So there have been contestants who have dated after the show, and yeah, I think there's several, like maybe 2 or 3 contestants who have dated each other after the show and are still together now, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yes.
That is cool.
This show's going strong, isn't it? There's a lot of episodes. It's going strong. People really like this show.
Yeah.
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 I'm
It's
looking
really
it
cool
up.
to see
There's so many. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's cool to see some of the contestants, too. Like, it's hard to say what any person has gone through because there's been other contestants on the show that have been through a lot in their lives, too. Like one was a veteran who's, had PTSD, and I think he used wilderness as his way, surviving the wilderness as his way to deal with it. And another woman, she was like, I think she was in Africa doing a mission, I think, and her roommate got killed right basically in front of her.
Yeah, she hid like under the bed or something.
Yeah, so I mean,
they use wilderness survival as their therapy. Yeah, so
I can see how that is. I can see that. It's interesting how one really harsh thing could overcome your bad thoughts about something, but it somehow does.
Right, yeah.
Can you even explain that?
I think that you're taking a really traumatic experience and trying to you never truly replace it, but you are in a way. You're getting, so you take that traumatic experience and you're associating it with something positive. And that's about the only way to either forget it, just try to get it out of your mind when it comes up, do something positive, and so they're not thinking about that, or you just have to, to go live through that experience the best way that you can. And people cope with things in different ways.
Right. And I feel like the people who go through that, if they say I've been through these hard things in my life, then this should be no problem for me. And so surviving the wilderness is kind of their motivation. If I've gone through all of this, and I go on this show to survive the wilderness naked, and I can do it, then I can do anything. So I think it adds to their confidence as well.
Yes. And what I was thinking about this show is at first when you just hear about it, you think, they're just trying to humiliate the people by making them naked. But it's not about that. It seems to be about you are put on there as in the natural state to see, how you deal with it. Totally nature to nature. Basically, it's not supposed to be funny or anything about the nudity, is it?
No, it isn't. It actually adds just a whole nother level of misery to it, but it also adds another level of completion. If you can complete something that most people can't survive in that environment with clothes and with gear and everything like that, if you can do that naked, with one tool or two tools, whatever it is, I mean, you can overcome anything in your life, and that gives a lot of people that have had, rough experiences, like Star said, the confidence to keep driving forward, to replace those negative things with something positive in their life.
Yeah, and I think
Right.
it inspires a lot of people. I think at first I was the same way. I was like, "Oh, what's this show about?" They're just, I was the same way. I was like, "Oh, they're just, trying to get everybody's attention, putting them in, making them be naked." But it really is more than that. It's almost like elite survivalism, and I think that's what
Right.
makes the show so unique. At first, yeah, it's an attention grabber, but when you watch it, you see the highs and lows with all the other contestants. You feel what they've gone through when they tell their story. Yeah, and you just,
Yes.
You're happy to see them succeed.
Yes. That's why I thought that you would just forget about the whole naked thing after a while. It's just, we're just humans. Everybody has, private parts, and we're human. So after a while, it's just not a big deal.
Exactly.
I wanted to ask Tony, what was harder, your Green Beret training or this?
I'd say definitely selection. Selection was definitely harder than this.
What selection? What is that?
That you actually you go through a course to even get selected to go through to get to the main course. You have to go through a selection course where you're doing long marches, and then you still have to do land nav, and then you have all the cognitive reasoning that you have to do. You'll have to do math problems after you've been awake for 18 hours, and not during that 18 hours you've been doing you've been carrying 100-pound sandbags for 5 miles and then digging holes, and then you're just totally exhausted, and then when you're totally beat down and you think you can't go no further, all right, write an essay on something. So
Really?
it's a lot
Wow.
different. Yeah. So being a Green Beret is totally different than a lot of the other branches or any other special operations, because it wants you to not only have the physical fortitude to take a beating and just keep on driving through it, but they want you to also, you have to get qualified in a language. You have to have the mental aptitude to do all these other things, like complex math problems or problem solving skills too. So it's a lot different than than other selections that you go to.
Well, good for you, and thank you for serving our country.
Oh,
Yeah.
wouldn't know what else to do. My dad was my hero, and he was a Green Beret also, so I had to do it.
In Vietnam too.
Yeah. Wow, that is amazing. That is great. That's wonderful. So I bet that Star felt like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm in pretty good hands with my boyfriend, Green Beret expert. I mean, at least you were
Actually,
with
I
a
was the
Green
one that
Beret,
felt
right,
that.
Star?
She was a Marine, so I'm like, she's tough. She's
Oh,
tougher
you
than
were?
me.
Oh, you were
wow.
a Marine? You were a Marine? Wow. Thank you, too, for serving our country.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm just glad we got to be on the show together. It was awesome.
Yeah, we actually depend on each other a lot through everything.
Where do you
just
live?
day-to-day everything.
Really? Where do
Ma'am?
you guys live now?
We just moved to Idaho.
Yeah. Are you loving Idaho?
Actually, we are. There is so much. It's a little hidden gem. There's everything outdoors you can think of. They have it in this state. There's hiking trails. There's rivers to raft and canoe, and I mean,
There's
you
so
know,
much to do.
horseback
Oh,
ride.
it's
You name it. You can just stay outdoors all the time.
Yeah.
Skiing is great.
Do you go to Lake Coeur d'Alene?
We haven't been up that. We actually live in the southern part, but we actually have friends up there, so we still want to go there.
Yeah, still visit.
Yes,
at
I
some
go
point.
there a lot. So it is beautiful. It's so nice. So
Oh.
it's just where you guys want to be in the nature. Obviously, you like nature.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
So when you were saying that, okay, we probably take it for granted the things, the luxuries that we have every day. So when you came off that show and you were back into your comfortable home, how was your mindset at that time? Were you kind of in a shock state, or what were you feeling?
We just feel like we wanted to shower. Hot water,
Yeah.
the best thing in the world. Yeah.
It was nice to have all of our comforts back. And then, the very next day, when we finally got home, it started raining. And for the first time, I was still kind of thinking oh, no, I need to hurry up and gather firewood. And then I was like, oh, wait, not anymore. We're off the show. So it was nice.
Oh, my God, that's funny. Oh, wow. It was really instilled in you. Oh, wow. So that is great. Have you ever heard of any other couples or people who have done the show that got traumatized from doing the show?
No, I think actually it's more therapeutic and people come out a lot stronger,
I think it's the most traumatized that would happen is just physically. Like they would, I think some people got snake bitten or got malaria or something like that. But
Manu, what did Manu get?
Yeah, I forgot what
dengue.
A lot of risk.
Yeah, there's a lot of risk.
Yeah.
And you have to sign a lot of waivers that I'm going to take this risk.
You do, but they took care of us. They took care of when you come back home. They had you go to see the doctor. They make sure that you're, you follow up with your appointments and everything like that. They really.
And they're covering it medically, of course.
Yeah, they cover the medical, and they really make sure you're taken care of, though.
That's good.
Oh,
do you get paid very well to do the show?
No, it's just per diem mainly. It's just a daily rate.
Not so much, but if you were to go on the bigger episode, the 40-day challenge, and that's a whole season long as opposed to an episode, that's where they pay a little bit more. So it's substantial enough for you to want to go on that.
That's good. Did you guys get a welcoming home party from your friends or any TV exposure right away?
We actually stayed with my dad. As soon as we got home, we actually stayed with my dad. My dad is both of our heroes. He's great. So we stayed there with him and recovered, and he spoiled us rotten. We get up and he had breakfast ready for us. Dad's just he is so great. So we mainly stayed with family and just tried to recover. Because you're so you're pretty you're pretty emaciated. So you really don't want to do anything much but eat
and rest.
You're just dehydrated. And dehydrated
exactly.
And wow.
Yeah, and you feel weak as a kitten.
Nice
you don't realize how weak you are until you try to do something. You try to move your suitcase and you're like, I can't move that no more.
You go on a walk and you're out of breath.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
Wow. So was it okay, where's the calamine lotion? Where's the cortisone? For all bites and
Oh yeah.
We took one of those baths. What's it called?
Oh yeah, the Epsom salt baths. We just sit in the Epsom salt bath in the hot water and or warm water and just relax. It felt so good. So yeah, we did all that. And actually, we had to get, what is it, cortisone, the prescription strength, because we had so many bites. And Star actually had a bacterial infection that took her 2 months to get over.
Yeah.
In her skin.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Did you guys have any pets that you came home to? And I was wondering how that they reacted to if you did have any pets.
Oh, yes, we did. We have one little mix. She's like a little pit bull mix, but she thinks she's a baby. She's scared of everything. Everything beats her up, and she was just she stays. She just right now she's right in between us.
So the dogs, it was interesting that they actually reacted quite strangely.
At first, our smell.
Yeah, because our smell completely different. You smell like firewood or something, and it takes a month to get out of your system, but your whole pH level and everything is different. So they were barking at us at first until they realized who we were.
Yeah,
wow.
I thought that. I knew they would react somewhat different, just also from the look of you, and they might feel bad, but it's really just the smell, the pH, oh my gosh, what happened to you? But you're back. Wow. but the pH balance, that is a big issue because the animals go a lot on scent to see who you are. And so that's interesting. That's really interesting about the animals.
Yeah, smells completely different.
Wow. So you guys have your little doggy in between you right now?
Yeah. She's sleeping.
The star can't do anything. If she turns around, she'll fall down because she follows her everywhere. Little Lily Bear.
That's so sweet. We love animals on this show, don't we, Kelly?
Oh, yeah.
We love animals, too.
Yeah, we do.
Kelly has a lot of animals. Tell her about your exotic animals, Kelly.
I rescue exotics, so I've got 14 bearded dragons, a corn snake, thanks, Chilean rose tarantula, 2 leopard geckos, 4 sugar gliders, 2 hermit crabs, and 2 Chinese fire-belly newts.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, we thought we were animal lovers because we got a bearded dragon, 2 dogs, and a bird. So we thought we were.
Oh, I've seen a bird picture. What is your bearded dragon's name?
Reggie. Come on, Reggie. He's got such a personality. He loves to ride around with you. He'll ride on your shoulder all day long.
Oh, I know. They're such love bugs. Oh my gosh, they cuddle. And people are like, are you serious? You're cuddling with a lizard? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They have a lot of personality. People don't realize it. Bearded dragons have a lot of personality.
And they like to be held and picked up or ride on you, or, so that's cute.
Yeah. He does not like to be in his cage. He thinks that's jail time or something. And he's like, dude, I'm just in here to eat. As soon as I eat, I need to be out.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I love them so much. I love all my animals, and I love animals in general. I mean, and they're so good with, you can tell, the kind of person that comes in your house by how they react to that.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're so innocent, too. Like, they don't do any wrong. They're sweet.
Yeah.
You may train them wrong, but they're not doing it wrong. They're just doing what they do.
Yeah. Oh, I love animals. Sometimes, I found that I need my alone time, but I need my alone time with my animals. And, it's like, people, it's like I sometimes have a limit, but it's like I don't have a limit with the animals. It's like, hey, we're chilling, we're having a good time.
Exactly.
I bet you miss your animals.
Oh, yes. So bad.
21 days is a long time to be gone. I mean, I miss my cat just in like 3 days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask you something about that, not animals, but creatures. So when you were hunting, weren't you worried about eating something that might be poisonous? Something poisonous?
No,
or did you research it?
Not really. Yeah, not really. I mean, because anything that's usually poisonous out there would be, most animals that are poisonous or have toxins are toxins that are really bright. They're really, hey, leave me alone. I mean, besides snakes, and that's a whole different story. You just, get rid of the head and you're good to go. But
I've heard some interesting things. Like, okay, I had this book. It's called How to, Reality Shows and Everything. And one of the, obviously everybody knows Survivor, okay? And they asked like a question for you. They say to see if you get it right. You have these two lakes. One is filled with fish, and the other one has no fish in it. Which one do you drink out of?
The one with the fish?
What do you think is the answer?
Yeah, because it's got life in it.
Well, yeah. See, the one that has no fish in it is obviously poisonous because, But you would think the other way around. You don't want to, drink the same place
Drink
that
dirty
fish
water.
is up.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. If it's got life in it, then that's where you want to be.
Yeah. Did you guys cook most of the food, or did you just kind of say, hey, I'm hungry. I don't care if it's cooked or not. I'm going to just eat it?
No, we cooked everything, and then not only did we cook everything, as soon as we got through eating everything that you could cook on the fire, we actually made a broth out of whatever was left over. So that way we're getting all the nutrients you can out of everything.
That's
so
smart.
we boil the bones and, the head and everything like that, so that, it wasn't the prettiest thing, but it gave you the most nutrients out of, what you could take in.
What if you didn't have a lighter? What would you have done? I mean, is there any way to start fires without that?
Yeah, there are different techniques. There's hand drills and bow drills and, was it friction fires? There's a lot of things that you can start it with, but a lot of that depends on humidity levels and things like that. Since we were actually in a rainforest at the end of rainy season, so it would be very hard, because even with a magnesium fire starter, what we had, it was really, really hard to get a fire started, because it had not only had rained for 3 months, but it rained the day we were going in too. So everything was soaking wet. So actually, Star had the idea of putting everything that we had to use to start a fire. We found a tree that had fallen down in the jungle that was getting a little bit of sunlight, so we put everything up on this fallen tree so the sunlight could dry it out and get it as dry as possible.
And then after a day, we were finally able to make a fire.
You guys really were thinking a lot.
Yeah.
You put a lot of thought into it. But like Tony said, you had a lot of time.
Yeah, you have a lot of time on your hands.
Right? Yeah, you have a lot of time to think. But still, how many couples on average would you say make it the full 21 days?
They have a certificate. Actually, more females make it than males.
Yeah, I think the statistic was like 60%, and
most of it's females.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Well, they do say that the females, can handle even more pain than males.
Yeah.
They do say that. I mean, we do bear children.
Right, and
so even though a lot of the males will have a lot of the skills, it's the females who generally have the strong
mental fortitude.
Yeah, they have the mental fortitude.
Oh,
yes, I can see that. I mean, I really can see that actually on jobs that I've done, even though it's like completely different, but like long hours of just shooting, and maybe there are elements that the guys always want to stop. They never can prevail and keep going. It's like this mind thing that you just have to block it out, and just keep going. So I can really see that. Yeah. I found your Facebook page, and I'm writing you guys a message. It's so fun talking to you. This is really amazing. What a great surprise that Kelly found you guys and brought you on the show as our guest. I mean, because this is a spiritual thing. This is mind power. This is determination. This is challenge yourself. I mean, you know what? There is a Beachbody 21-day challenge workout that I did, which I thought was tough. I mean, this is really something, you guys. This thing that you guys did, I mean, congratulations on it. It's really a feat that you accomplished this.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, you're amazing, and I can see how you would feel amazing. Do you get attention? Do people know, like your friends? Do you have a big social life there? Do your friends think it's really cool? How did you get received when you came back?
So a lot of like the people we work with thought it was really cool, even though a lot of people hadn't seen the show before. I think they did the same thing. I think once they heard that we were on it, they were pretty excited and wanted to check it out. And of course, Tony's family, they were all for it. They were having their own premiere party, like watching it. And so it was a lot of fun. And yeah.
Cool.
My family's very supportive of everything. So they were like, my family they were so happy for us and everything like that. But the thing is, you can't tell them about the show or anything like that. So you can't tell them until the show airs. So we actually got engaged at the very end of the show. We got engaged, but we couldn't tell my mom. My mom, when she saw it, and she found out we got engaged, she was so mad at us.
Oh, my gosh.
You did not tell your mom.
I was wondering, but I didn't want to ask.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you guys were ever going to get married, so now you answered my question. But I didn't want to ask because it's a personal question. What if he hadn't asked you yet? But wow, congratulations! It's so wonderful.
Did he propose to you on the show?
Wow.
Yeah, he proposed with a ring he made.
I actually made a ring out of this nut that we were actually eating there. It was actually, the tree was called the mother tree. Yeah, the cucurali. It's called the mother tree because it actually provides most of the food there for the jungle, the animals, and stuff like that. So, and it has the palm leaves are actually, they use them for shelter there. The natives do, so they call it the mother tree. And so, I took one of the little nuts from there, cut it in two, made a ring, and proposed to her with a little ring.
Right at the very end when we're about to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Wow.
She about caught me. There's so many times she about caught me making this ring.
Oh, wow.
Did they catch it on film?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
You know what? I was going to ask you that. Like, what did you make a ring? And then, you did. So that is so cool. Were you really surprised, Star? How long had you been going out with each other before this show?
So we were together about 3 years prior to the show. So I actually was pretty surprised because he kind of said it in passing. He was like, "Oh, we should get married," and he knows that I like to, kind of date and make sure it's the one before I say yes to marriage. So I definitely did not expect that at all.
Okay, so you weren't even talking. You didn't really have a serious conversation about marriage and where you guys were feeling about that as a couple before this show at all?
I always tease her and say she proposed to me, just joking around with her. So we really never had like a serious conversation about it.
Oh, I love that. That's really romantic. And did you know kind of going in that you wanted to propose, or did this come to you because you were like, this amazing woman is doing this with me and look at her and her, wow. And that's when
it was about day 15. About day 15, I told the producer there, Jordan, that I was going to propose to her, and I told him my plan about making a ring and everything, and he was like, "Oh my God, I got to call back." So, he actually left and went to the base camp to call back and tell them what I was going to do. So they were like, they were ecstatic, but of course, the whole camera crew knew at day 15, but Star was still in the dark.
Yeah.
And so it was the last day.
And she would get mad, but you know what she did? Star never fussed at me. She never got anything. But on day you start getting, about day 17, 18, you start, fatigue is really set in, hunger set in, lack of sleep, lack of nutrition. Everything set in pretty tough about day 18. And they took me to do an interview because they were going to ask me, hey, how are you going to do this? What's your plan? All this stuff. So I went away, did an interview with them about what I was going to do, and then came back, and Star was like, they're not going to interview me? What, do they like you better than me? So she actually got mad. She got mad, and I had to play it all off. I was like, no, they were asking me about my injury to my foot because I had actually stepped on some black palm and got it, in there pretty good. So I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? What am I going to do? So I had to come up with oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm going to do to keep this a surprise. I was I was in a panic.
That is so funny. Wow. And you guys, I'm looking at you guys make such a beautiful couple. Wow, it's a love story. This is a love story, yes.
Oh,
Thank you so
this
much.
is even better. Wow.
It's better than I thought. I didn't know what I was expecting when you guys were going to come on the show. Yeah, I didn't even want to ask that question.
Yeah, because you never know how people are going to react. It might be like, I was going to ask her later today, dang it, or
thank you.
Or it could be like an issue that they have, like, behind closed doors, like the guy's not wanting to marry or, commit. And, I just always felt uncomfortable asking that question right in front of the couple because you don't know. And what if this was a year ago and you guys hadn't even discussed it yet? That's an awkward question.
Yeah.
We're an open book.
Yeah, we're pretty open.
That's
wow.
good.
I'm so glad. Well, I mean, who else would you ever imagine being with at this point after that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
After we'd been through Afghanistan together and we met there, we even had missions together. So after that we were pretty close.
Oh, we didn't even know about that. They had missions together before this in Afghanistan. Wow.
That's
You've been
amazing.
through a lot. Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely have some stories to tell your children when they come along.
Oh yeah.
Tell our puppies. I'm just kidding. We tell
For
Lily
now.
what a lucky little puppy she is all the time.
Wow,
that's
that
wonderful.
is so cool. So, were you afraid to sit down? I want to put a towel down, because you don't want to be sitting on splinters or bugs or have things going places they shouldn't be because it's the wilderness. I mean, after a while, do you just go, fine, it's going to happen? I mean, how does that work?
I think you're just so tired, huh?
Yeah, I think with everything else going on and you're getting bitten up by bugs everywhere, it just almost doesn't matter. You're like used to getting it. It's just kind of like the whole situation sucks. You just got to make the best of it and try to survive. So you almost don't think of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you have the canopy protecting you from getting sunburned?
No. Actually, because when we came in on the river, so we were already sunburnt by the time we get there, coming on the river.
Oh, man.
We made sure to tan beforehand so we wouldn't get sunburnt.
But it didn't. Yeah, we still got a little burn.
You guys have to be really natural people beforehand going in because you can't bring like medication. You can't be, or do they let you? What if somebody's on a medication and they
I don't think that let them
have to
pass
take
the physical.
They can't.
Yeah, I'm
so
not sure if
that
that's
is like a prerequisite to where you cannot have a problem. You have to have a physical. You cannot bring medication or anything with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because you have to do an extensive. You do a psych eval and you do you do a lot of stuff before you actually go out there.
Wow. And so how many couples out there do you think, or people out there, are on the waiting list to do this show? A lot, or is it hard for them to find people?
I hope now there is.
Yeah, there's still a lot because there's a fan page for that, and there's like a lot of people talking about how they're trying to get on the show and haven't necessarily gotten a call back. So yeah, that's quite a lot of people still waiting to do it.
It's very popular from what I see. I don't think it's going anywhere. People are wanting to do this challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
Different from it, too.
What was that?
I said they want to do the challenge for
say?
tons of different reasons. People have a lot of things going on with them while they're actually doing the challenge. So
And some people just want their 15 minutes of fame. So there's all kinds of reasons why people want to do it.
Yeah, they think about that, don't they? Are they usually generally a certain age that do it?
Actually, there have been people, from probably
21 or 20 to
the old,
65.
yeah.
To what?
There's from people from 21 to late 50s. I can't remember, what's the oldest guy, like 60?
60, maybe 62, maybe.
Yeah. You got people from
Cool.
every age, group trying this, challenge.
I think that's great. I really do. But
I don't think so. Yeah.
wow. And so I'm so glad we're connected on the social media. We can check back from time to time to see any wedding photos. I always love looking at those.
Yeah.
Tell them about what
Yeah.
Discovery said if we do the 40-day.
Yeah, we're gonna. We've actually put in for the
What was that?
40-day challenge. So
The producers
Really?
called us back. Yeah, they called us back for the 40-day challenge and asked if we would do it. And I think they even mentioned, Discovery would consider covering the wedding, but they want us to do this 40-day challenge first. So I think we're all for it.
Yeah, for sure. And then they'll do a really nice wedding for you. I think that's a great trade-off.
I think they're just going to cover it. I don't think they're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well,
And if they do, they'd probably make us do it naked.
no, negative. Not doing a naked wedding.
That's funny. Well, you never know. Get your negotiation tactics going with them because you never know. They might pay for it. Mhm.
Exactly.
Well,
Doesn't
the only
hurt
problem
to
is
ask. It doesn't hurt to ask.
you can't have a naked priest. So
What is that?
What'd you say,
You can say you guys can cover us, but you can film us. You all have to be nude.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Oh, that's just so wonderful. Well, so what did you guys think when you got approached by Kelly and asked to do Life, Laughter, Happiness? What did you think you were coming on to? Did you listen to some of our episodes, or did you just come right on?
We just came right on. We were like,
We heard from James,
James told us, he was like, he told us about it, and we was like, yes, we'd love to do that because, we like spreading a positive message, and that's, a lot of people have a lot of negative stuff to say, and, just,
we like helping people.
yeah, we actually like helping people out, and hopefully that, this will be, something positive for other people.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. For sure.
Super.
So now we can say when people, if they complain about a little thing, we can refer to you guys and say hello. what they went through. No, yeah. I find it quite amazing and fascinating how a person can pull just a little bit more out of them just from their mental state and their emotional. Because that has a lot to do with it, doesn't it? It really does.
Oh, it has everything. Has everything to do with it. Your attitude.
Really?
You can be beat up. You can be, just physically wore out. But if you can keep a positive attitude, and mainly, a lot of times you feed off the people you're around. If you're around negative people, you'll get run down quick and quit. But if you're around positive people that are always trying to help you out and help you through the situation, you can really get through some hard times.
Yes, just like if somebody's really sad and really like desperate, they feel like they're in a desperate situation. When they have hope, they just have that hope.
Oh, yeah.
That
Absolutely.
wonders. Yeah. I have always believed that hope. It really matters so much. Wow, you guys. Well, thank you so much for coming and telling us a lot about your adventure. That was
thank you for coming on.
amazing.
Yeah.
We're happy to.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. We'd love to
Hey,
have you
everybody.
guys come on a little bit later too. I mean, another show.
Yeah.
We're connected now, so anything you need from us, just ask.
I copied and pasted your photo for Twitter, and then I didn't even know you guys and look you up at that time, and I put 100% a picture of the globe and a heart with stars on it, and I never do stuff like that. And it's like, that's what you guys are. You're like 100%. You went to somewhere exotic, and you are in love. It's so cool. You've got to see my Twitter. I'll try to forward it to you.
Oh, that's
We're going to have to get a
awesome.
Twitter account now.
That
We're going to have to
sounds good.
All right. Well,
Thanks, everybody.
so much, you guys. Good
Yeah,
luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the 40 day. Good luck in the 40 day.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Wow.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.